Welcome back to the channel Let's Trade Smart. On this channel, we focus purely on weekly chart analysis, breaking down how price might behave in the coming week based on structure, liquidity, and key levels. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into Bitcoin's weekly outlook. Now, if you watched my analysis last week, you already know that Bitcoin has been moving inside a clear range. On the higher side, we have resistance sitting around $79,000, and on the lower side, support is near $60,000. Overall, if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the trend is still bearish for now. Last week, we discussed a very specific idea. We expected Bitcoin to move upward and take liquidity above the $79,000 resistance zone. And if you look at the chart now, price has performed exactly as expected. A lot of people in the market are calling this a bullish move, but from our perspective, this is simply a retracement, not a trend reversal. Because in smart money concepts, one thing is very important: liquidity must be taken before the real move begins. Price doesn't just move randomly. Most of the time, it goes in the opposite direction first, just to grab liquidity, and then it moves toward its actual destination. Right now, you can clearly see that price is hovering very close to that resistance area. And here's something even more important. On the weekly time frame, there is a bearish fair value gap, FVG, sitting right at this level. So far, price has not tapped into that FVG, but based on the current structure, there is a strong possibility that price will push slightly higher, tap into that bearish FVG, grab the remaining liquidity, and then create a reversal. Now yes, the opposite scenario is also possible. But realistically, the probability of that happening is much lower. So for now, the key idea is simple: until price taps into that bearish FVG, we should remain patient and wait for confirmation of the next move. Because in trading, patience is what separates smart traders from emotional ones. Now, if we shift our focus to the daily chart, the overall picture still looks bearish. If we mark the OT, optimal trade entry, on the recent downward move, we can see that price has the potential to retrace into the first bearish fair value gap, which lies around the $79,000 to $80,000 level. From this zone, we are expecting a rejection, because this area already holds imbalance and liquidity. But if price doesn't reject from here, then there's another possibility. Price could continue moving higher into the OT zone, where we also have another bearish FVG sitting above, and again, ideally, we would expect price to reject from that area. Now let me share a simple concept based on experience. In a bearish trend, if price is planning to move significantly lower, it usually doesn't retrace too deep. Most of the time, it will reject from around the 50% level of the downward move and continue dropping. However, if the market is not aiming for a very deep move, then price tends to retrace deeper, often reaching the OT zone before continuing down. This is something I've personally observed over a long period of time while studying charts. So right now, the key is to stay patient and watch how deep this retracement goes, because only after that, we can make a clearer decision about the next move in the market. So that completes our Bitcoin analysis for today. If you feel that my analysis is making sense to you and helping you understand the market structure better, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.